Hello? Hey, guys, listen. Starting an event rental business is extremely easy. The issue is that a lot of people start it at the wrong time. And when you start the business at the wrong time, you get discouraged when you don't have business coming in because you started it at the wrong time. So here's the key with event rentals. Event rentals is a futures game, okay? You guys are playing for the future. So when you're booking events, there are some times you will be booking events 6 months in advance, okay? So when you learn this trick, when you learn this way of thinking, you guys will be extremely successful with your event rental business. You need to understand that if you start your event rental business at the wrong time, you will be setting yourself up for failure because you're not going to have the amount of bookings to stay in business, all right? So here's my take on everything, okay? If you're going to start your event rental business, you need to do it now, okay? So October, November, even late December is still not too late to start your business, all right? These are the months you want to get started, and here's why. When you start your event rental business, again, you are booking events in the future. All right. So because you're booking events in the future, it means you don't need to have the equipment right there and then. So here's what you can do. Okay. The money that you do have to start your event rental business that normally you would just go and splurge on equipment that you don't need right now. All right. You're going to put that money towards Google Ads. All right. You're going to optimize a website, build yourself a nice website, optimize it for, search and visibility so that you guys can have a digital footprint. And the reason you want to do this is because once you start pushing your Google Ads, you want people to land on this website, okay? You want them to land on this website. Now you might be wondering, what am I going to put on the website if I haven't done any events yet? Well, Google is your friend, okay? And there are so many businesses out there that actually sell their pictures of their event setups, okay? So you literally just Google that, look up event setups with the equipment that you will have in the future so that you can put it on your website and people can have an idea of what services it is that you have to offer, okay? So start building your website, start getting some images on there so that when you turn your Google Ads on, people know what you're all about, okay? So you're turning your Google Ads on with the money that you have to start your business. You are not buying equipment up front, okay? You are not buying the equipment up front. You are using that to get bookings, which the best way to get bookings right now in 2025 and beyond until something changes is Google Ads, okay? This is the quickest way for you to get a return on your investment. So go ahead, put your money towards Google Ads, obviously not financial advice, okay? Yeah, I have to say that. But go ahead and use your money and put it towards Google Ads. You'll start seeing that a lot of the quote requests are going to be for April, for May, for June, July, all right? Your job is to book those events, okay? Be firm with your prices, but if you have to, discount a little here, a little there, just to get a booking, you need to do that, okay? If someone's asking you for $100 off the total amount, and you're already making $1,400, do not be greedy and go ahead and do that event. You want to book as many events as you can up front so that you can be successful. Now, you're probably wondering, well, at what point am I going to buy my equipment? That's a good question, okay? And it all really depends on how much money you've collected already, okay? So, for example, if you have a bunch of events scheduled for May, all right, from every single event that you're booking, you need to be collecting a deposit. Whether it's 50%, whether it's 30%, you need to be collecting a deposit. That deposit money is not there just to sit in your account. You need to use that money to fund your business, okay? So the money that you got from your deposits, you're going to use that money, turn around and buy your equipment. Now, if you don't want to use up all your deposit money, this is the beauty about event rentals. You can actually go and sublease it from another company. Okay, you can build a profit in what you're already getting paid from the customer and just rent the equipment out from another company without using any of your money at all. All right, but obviously you want to own the equipment so that you can have a bigger profit margin. And the way to do that is by buying your own equipment. Okay, so when you get to the point where you have a good amount of deposit money in your account, in your business account, go ahead and actually use it to buy equipment. Now, what exactly are you going to buy? Obviously, the essentials, okay? Chairs, tables, and the tents, all right? And obviously, if you have a special request that you already booked, you need to make sure that you get that item in time for that event. But if you end up booking something like a throne chair, okay, you want to sublease that. You don't want to actually go and buy a throne chair, because the chances of that throne chair going out every single event is not likely, all right? You want to get the essentials like your chairs, your tables, and your tents. Now, obviously, you might not collect enough deposits to actually pay for all of that equipment, okay? Because it's very expensive. So you want to start off with the essentials, and what you can't get in time for your event, you're just going to sublease it from another company. It's that easy. Event rentals is so forgiving, okay? Not only did you not have to buy equipment in the beginning, but you can actually use your deposit to buy the equipment once you're ready, okay? And if you don't want to use your deposit, you can actually go and sublease it from another company. It is so easy, all right? The reason this is because people just want the convenience that you are providing, all right? They don't care where your equipment comes from. All they care about is the convenience that you are providing them. Remember that. So the best time, again, to start your event rental business is October, November, December timeframe. You don't want to be rushing trying to get bookings in April when you could have been doing this in November or December, all right? You want to set yourself up for success, and this is the way you do it. But again, all of this comes back to starting your event rental business at the right time, okay? If you start booking events in April or May, guess what you're not going to have? That deposit money to fund your business. You don't want to use all your money up front. So you need to start it now so that you can start getting those bookings and collecting that deposit money, okay? And that deposit money is what you're going to use to fund most of your business. It is so easy. A lot of people think it's rocket science, but it's not. Obviously, you're going to have some hard work. You're going to have some labor that you're going to have to take care of. If you want to be a one-man army, you can. And a lot of the videos on this channel show you that it's 100% possible to be a one-man army, okay? Because I've been doing it for a long time now, since 2019. And the times that I do need help, I get the help that I need, all right? And we're still good to go. But you guys have to start at the right time, and the right time is now, all right? Don't wait until April or May to start playing catch up. You don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be focusing on building your website during graduation season, all right? Because you're already shooting yourself in the foot, and by the time you start getting bookings, the slow season has already started, all right? So again, this is very crucial, and if you don't do this right, you're just gonna fail. Now, nothing that I've mentioned in this video is financial advice, so please do your own research, do your own due diligence. I don't want to hear anybody crying down below that I set them up for failure, okay? You actually have to do your own research. But I'm giving you my advice from experience because I've been doing this since 2019, okay? So I have a little bit of experience. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars from my event rental business, and you guys have seen that throughout my videos, okay? So I have nothing to hide from you. Now, a very important step that you cannot skip is actually setting up your Google Ads the right way, okay? If you don't set up your Google Ads the right way, you could have a $1,000 budget, you can have a $10,000 budget. Google will take your money like that, okay? Google's not going to hold your hand through your Google Ads setup, all right? They're going to just take your money as quickly as they can. That is literally what their goal is. So you need to make sure you set up your Google Ads the right way. And what I'm going to do, since I'm a nice person, is actually link a video at the end of this video that will help you set up your Google Ads for your event rental business, all right? And this is what I've done since 2019, and it's worked miracles, all right? It's worked really well for me. I've changed a few things here and there throughout the years, but this actually works for me, and I know it can work for you, all right? So just make sure you follow the steps on that video, and it will help you out to get started and get some bookings, okay? Because at the end of the day, the more bookings you have, the more money you will make, the more profit you will have, and that money you can turn around and put it back into your business and continue to grow, okay? Next year, I'm actually going to be pushing this business a lot harder than I have ever, all right? So I'm going to put a lot of my budget into ads. I'm going to push it like I've never had before, to a point where we might need a warehouse, we might need some box trucks, and some more personnel, okay? So I'm going to try and push it the best that I can. Obviously, I'm not going to stretch myself thin. I'm going to do it gradually. I already know the game, so I'm just going to increase my ads and see how it goes, okay? But make sure you guys take your time and watch that video because it will help you set up your Google Ads. Now, something you want to make sure your website does include is a way for the customers to submit a quote request, okay? So either you create a form on the website builder where people can fill it out and ask for the equipment they want for the date that they need, or you guys can create a template on Microsoft Word and have people fill it out. You know, there's so many different ways to skin a cat. You guys just see what works for you, all right, and get it done. Now, for those of you that didn't watch my last video, we're gonna go out this weekend and feed people that are in need, okay? We're also gonna hand out blankets, some warm clothes. We're gonna give them some gloves. We're gonna give them some beanies, okay, so that they can stay warm throughout the winter. We're gonna be doing that this weekend, along with over 500 hot dogs and sandwiches, okay, with some hot cocoa. So we're actually doing that this weekend. We were supposed to do it last weekend, but my daughter got sick and got admitted into the hospital. So now that she's doing better, we're gonna get it taken care of this weekend, and I'm gonna record the whole journey, okay? We've actually been doing this for about 5 to 6 years, but I've never recorded it for you guys. So this weekend, I will be doing just that, and I'll share with you here on the channel. If you guys have any questions, drop them down below. I'll get to them as soon as I can. Without further ado, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next video.